Hey everybody, welcome back. Sorry I lost you all. I moved in close to the rock wall and I lost all internet connection, so terribly sorry about that. So I'm going to start over again. Hopefully you all come back and continue watching the rest of my walk. So I have been out along the break wall all the way to the head of the break wall, which is the mouth of the Manning River. And I have walked up the wall here and I'm just about to cross back over and I will make my way back down the beach. Looks like the storm's going, which is fantastic news. So if anybody's there, welcome back. Thank you for joining. Okay, welcome back to my viewers at the moment. Sorry I lost you all. I ran out of internet. I moved in close to the wall and the internet didn't pick me up out there, but now I'm back to 4 bars of 4G. So welcome back. Sorry I lost you all. Now what we're going to do, we're going to go for a walk along the beach and then come back around. So let's go for this walk. So as I was saying before, this break wall was built to stabilise the Manning River because this was a major shipping port back in the 1800s and 1900s, up until the war, or through the war as well. So, hey human, how are you? Maybe get rid of that person, please. No political stuff on this channel. Thank you, human. So I did go for a walk right out the end of the wall and I lost all connectivity. So I had to restart. So sorry about that, everybody. But today we are going to walk along the beach. This is on the ocean side of where I was yesterday. Thank you, human. So we're going to cruise along here, and as I said, this is the Pacific Ocean. Hello Christina, how are you? Thank you. It is nice here, and there was a nice storm coming through, but luckily for me it has passed. So that's the storm that was just coming through. So look how black that is. So I went and bought an umbrella. So hopefully me having the umbrella has scared everything away. Thank you, human. So yes, this is the beach side of where I was yesterday. We might go for a walk up this way a little bit. See if we can see, I think I can see some little turns up here. Hello Tim, how are you? Also, I'm walking into a little bit of rain, so if I get too much rain on my lenses, please let me know and I'll stop and clean them. That in there is the township of Harrington on the north coast of New South Wales, Australia. And we're just going to go for a walk all the way along this side, around to the end of the spit. And that's where the Manning River now comes out instead of against the rock wall because of all this sand build-up. And we'll then walk around the inside. Hey Mus, how are you? James, how are you? The Far Tui Tuku. Welcome everybody. Sorry for losing everybody before when I went out too far from the tower in Harrington. I lost everybody listening, which is very sad. We're just going to cruise along this beach. That cloud has moved nicely now. So it's quite a friendly looking day. I thought we were going to be in for a little bit of trouble before. I've got my dryzer bone on, just in case. But it's cold too. It's probably 13 degrees with a 4 or 5 degree wind chill. So it's a bit fresh. Hello, Samantha from Canada, Vancouver. Hello from everybody from Vancouver. Good to see you all, or good to know that you're viewing this channel. Let's just go for a walk up here and see what we can see. This is actually a little turn rookery up here. So those little terns, they migrate from somewhere around the world. There's a, where is it? There's a pelican flying through. Where are you there? Flying out into the storm. All right, let's turn around. You can see the storm that just came through, and luckily it didn't drop hardly any water on us. So that's where we're going to walk. Jeffrey, yes. Sorry about that. I walked too far out the end of the wall and lost connectivity. I was on 3 to 4 bar of 4G and then it went down to 0. So sorry. Hopefully everybody comes back. There's an onion. Don't know how that ended up on the beach. And I don't know what this big thing is down on the beach here. We'll have a look at that. But the tide's nice and high at the moment. And I hope everybody can hear me because the wind is blowing fairly strongly here. And I'm walking straight into it, so it's blowing very hard from the south. Not a bad little view that, is it? Beautiful. Thank you, Jeffrey. Can hear me okay. That new microphone I bought is worth its weight in gold. I'm very happy I bought that. But that's pretty picture perfect, isn't it? DJ Mags, how are you, sir? So we're at Harrington on the north coast of New South Wales, Australia. Kanan, how are you? Oh, Cannon. Sorry for my pronunciation. But I don't know what this is on the beach up here. We're going to walk up and have a look at it, guys. Thank you, Cannon. Where are you from? Wow, that looks nice. Okay. So you can see how much sand is here. This was actually the mouth of the Manning. And that's where Yes, they are beautiful here, Jeffrey. That is the mouth of the Manning. That's what they built to stabilise it. And then all this sand come along and move the mouth about a kilometre, maybe a kilometre and a half down the beach. So you'll see how long it takes me to get down here. And then once we walk on the inside, we'll be able to look for some animals like we did yesterday. We saw kangaroo or wallaby track. We had crabs, we had little terns, we had sandpipers, we had a lot of fish. We saw where a stingray laid. So hopefully we'll be able to see all that again today. But yeah, there's nothing around here. Not another person either. Thank you, Ned. Yes, it is beautiful here. Hello, how are you, sir? Just check the screen. There's no water droplets yet. So, yeah, so I don't know what this is on the beach. Probably get there and be nothing. Hello from Boston, Massachusetts. Hello, Annie from Southie. Good to see you all. And good to know you joined my live stream today from Harrington on the north coast of New South Wales, Australia. Yes, it is, Doug. This is, if you come over here, it's come to New South Wales and see all the small towns along the on the ocean here, and they are just beautiful. A bit different to Queensland and the Gold Coast. They like building high rises and jamming as many people in as they can. Ah, I see what it is. It's a water tank. Hello, Mark from Phoenix, Arizona. My cousins live in Brisbane. Oh, very nice. A little bit busier than here, Annie. So that water tank's a little bit smashed up, and let's have a look at it. There's nothing really interesting down low on the beach. I might go up in the dunes a little bit and have a walk through there. But over here, hello Debbie from Oklahoma City. Glad you could join us. Glad you could join the live stream. So that's Harrington over there. That's the storm that's just passed us. Here's a water tank washed up on the beach. Let's have a look if anything's living in there. I might get a shock in a minute if something jumps out at me. No, nothing in there. So I don't know when the council's going to come and get that. So let's move up a bit because not much happening. There's no sharks here, Mark. Yes, how are you, Ned from Austria? My wife's German and we've been over to Austria a few times. We go very close to the German-Austrian border around Tyrol. So we're skied around there a few times. Right above the international airport, I think it is, and the big train station. That's where we've stayed at a place called, oh, what's it called? It's below the Olympic mountain. Hans. I think it's called Hans. Lans, L-A-N-S. That's where we stayed. Beautiful. Ah, Vienna. So the wife, that's Sound of Music in it. That's where the wife and daughter went, where I went skiing. And they also went and saw the, what's the glass place? Too many sharks. What sort of sharks do you have, Annie? You'd have white up that way, wouldn't you? The cold water. So look at all this. Look at all this timber that's been washed up. So we had a cyclone in February and it's washed all this up. So I'll zoom out. No, that's it. So all this has been washed up by the cyclones. Doug, how are you, sir? And now Harrington's starting to get a bit of light on it. So let's have a look. That's Harrington in there. So that's all Harrington. Yes, Annie, they love that cold water, don't they? And that's the storm that just went through us. Luckily it passed just to the south of us. We only got a little bit of rain here. So let's see if we can find something up here. Looks like another onion or a passion fruit over there. If you're into the salad. But look at that landscape. This has all been washed up, all that sand, because this is supposed to be the Manning River here. North Carolina. Hello, North Carolina and Jeffrey. Okay, so we're nearly at the mouth of the Manning River now. So that's over a kilometre walk. Well over a kilometre, and it goes back maybe a kilometre at its widest. Especially at low tide, you get an extra 300 or 400 metres. So we're going to make our way to the Manning River now. We're just about there. Very quiet here. There's no animals, no nothing at the moment. Must be too windy for them. So hopefully we'll get around the corner in a second. Dog prints, that's why there's no animals. Scared everyone away, scared all the animals away. And there used to be, surprised there's no terns. Maybe it's the wrong time of year for the little terns to be here, or fairy terns. So maybe they've migrated somewhere, because usually the council has fencing all around there to stop animals mainly getting in. They've probably got foxes around here, that's why. Another onion. Onions everywhere. Okay. The ocean looks beautiful. Yes, it is, Annie. Yes, there are snakes around here. And we have, that live around here, we have the second most deadly snake in the world. So that's the, there we go, that's better. Yeah, we have the eastern brown snake. It lives over here, in this part of the world. If you look back on a couple of live streams ago when I was at Fingal, my last live stream from Fingal, I nearly stood on the brown snake, and luckily it got out of my way. So, very glad. And I was telling everybody it's the third most deadliest snake in the world, but I was corrected, and it is the second most deadliest snake in the world. So you can see See how there's no waves right in the middle there? That's the mouth, that's the new mouth of the Manning River. I asked ChatGPT, and out of the 10 deadliest snakes, we have 9 that live in Australia, 9 of the top 10, and the 10th snake is a sea snake that lives in the waters between Australia and Papua New Guinea, up in the Torres Strait. And then it said if you want to be even more picky, Australia has 20 of the top 25 deadliest snakes in the world. So they don't bother you if you don't bother them. So leave them alone. If you see them, give them a wide berth. Try not to stand on them, or watch where you're walking. Makes more sense. So now Harrington's starting to get a lot of sun on it. There we go. It's looking nice over there now. So let's keep trekking around. All right, still haven't found much of interest here. You can see how much has been eroded in the last couple of days. We have had another low pressure system here, and this is the tail end of it that's hitting us right now. So you can see all the erosion, all the flotsam and jetsam that's been washed onto the beach. Yes, you show them respect. You just got to be careful of the brown snakes. They are aggressive, and if you upset them, they will actually chase you down and attack you. So they're mean little buggers. So don't upset a brown snake. And the inland taipan, that has enough venom to kill 100 plus adults. So you definitely don't want to get hit by an inland taipan, but they're inland, of course, not on the coast. But we do have the eastern brown, the second deadliest, and the coastal taipan, the third deadliest, that live on the coast. All right, so we're coming up on some if you're from Boston, it wouldn't be chilly because we don't get snow around here. We get snow every maybe 10 years up on the back mountains on the Great Dividing Range up around Armidale, Stanthorpe. But yeah, it's usually fairly mild around here. Okay, so we have some terns, and I actually don't know what those birds are. They look like some sort of... Hello, Chris from Boston. So they look like some large sandpipers. So let's move up on them. And the birds to the right of them, they're the large terns. And eagles love eating them. So maybe that's some sort of sandpiper. So we'll keep moving forward. One of them's on one leg. So he was hopping along. Yep, one of them, the front one on the left. Oh, there they all go. Those birds have the herd mentality. One goes and they all go. Now the terns are starting to get a bit upset as well. They're starting to move. That's no good, Jeffrey. We have copperheads over here too. Barbara, hello. Welcome to the live stream. So there go the terns. Let's zoom out a little bit so we can see them all. There we go. So we'll just walk to the inside of them and hopefully they won't get scared and move away. Yeah, there they go. There's one going. Usually the rest will follow now. No. There they go. 1, 2. There's a seagull in with them. Oops, sorry about that. Just watching where I'm walking. And we also have tiger snakes around here. So they're also aggressive little buggers. So sorry about the Blair Witch, guys. Okay, so yesterday, this is where we walked through. Barbara, welcome back. So we're on the high tide now. So yesterday we were able to walk all along the low tide bank. But let's see what's over the edge here. Nothing. Let's go up high then. That water's a little bit dirty. So that's back out to the ocean. There's probably never seen one of those birds before. They're called crows. Very exotic birds, the crow. So there's not another person around. So let's have a look at that dark sky is wrecking my exposure, but all that's the Harrington village there. Yeah, so that's the Harrington village with the Manning River in the foreground. And all the way up onto Pilot Hill. So I'll just zoom back out, guys, and we'll continue on our walk on this ribbon of sand, which holds about 1 billion cubic meters of sand, and not another person around. Are you talking to me, Jeffrey? We have cyclones here in Australia, and they spin the opposite direction to your typhoons and hurricanes on the northern hemisphere. So ours spin clockwise and yours spin anti-clockwise. So again, we're the only people here. There's no animals. They're not liking this wind, that's for sure. One crow, it's liking it. But the crow can bugger off. Let's find something interesting. Hopefully we can find a stingray sitting just in the shallows. But we're not in the area where the yabby holes are. So we'll keep going around. Hope the footage is nice and steady. This wind's pretty strong behind me, blowing everything. Okay, so in about 100 meters, we'll be getting into some interesting sand here with a little bit more flat. So let's just look back that way. Look at that. The only footprints on the entire beach. Mine. And you can see how soft that sand is, how far I'm slipping down. It's going down about 2 to 3 inches, 50 to 75 mil I'm going down. Some more trees up there all washed in. And that's how long this sand's been up there. There's actually grass growing on it. So I don't know if it's been seeded. Oh, I just saw a turn drop in over the top there. So let's go up. They'll probably smell me. The animals will probably smell me before I can get in there. But I might go straight up. Where are we? Straight up the middle there and see if I can come around and surprise. Oh, this sand is so soft. Feels like my big toe's going to break. All right, now look at my sand, my footprints. So that's not a bad little picture there, guys. Zoom right out. Look at that. Yes, Barbara. You might, if you're here, you might want a warm drink, a coffee or a hot chocolate, because it's a little bit fresh, or if you wear gloves, a nice beer would be good. So we're just going to head straight in front of us. It would, Chris. So we'll look back that way again. On my own desert island, not another person around. Screenshot that, guys. Beautiful. All right, let's keep it going. So we're just coming around this little dune here. That dune's up about 3 meters only, 4 meters. And it looked like a few birds dropping in there, so hopefully. All right, Annie, good night. Have a good night. Hey, California. How are you? All right, so there's a pallet up there. And a lot of timber. So again, I'm on my own private beach here. There's some footprints up high, but they've been there a long while because they've all been getting, they've got soft edges now. See the soft edge on them? They're not sharp like my footprints. If you're tracking something, you bear trackers in America would know that, but other people. So what do we got up here, guys? I'd say most of the little terns have gone. They must have all migrated. We saw some yesterday. Just, I think it was 2 or 3 pairs, but all the rest have gone. Look at all the timber up here. That's how far up the tide did actually come when we had that last big storm. Look at that. That's a lot of timber up here. Let's walk up over the top. Come on, we've got to see something. At least we're coming from downwind, so if there's anything here, they'll only see me first, not smell me. Hello, Lenore. Or Lenore, how are you? No, don't know where that animal went. But look at this. No one around, all by myself. Now, California Nature, how are you? Did you do a live this morning? So that's how far the water washed up. So that would have been 80 to 100 metres it's got washed up. So you can see, look back that way, you can see where the water is. And it's just deposited here in one spot. Jammed all that timber up. Yes. There'll be some snakes in there, but luckily it's cold today, so they won't be moving very fast. If anything, they'll be out trying to warm themselves, but it's just finished raining. Where is it? That storm cloud there, that's just what's gone through. And there's nothing coming, so that's nice. This is my last day in Harrington. I'm heading home tomorrow and I pick the wife up and then we'll keep driving all the way up to the Sunshine Coast. So that'll be about a 9 to 10 hour drive tomorrow for me. So that'll be fun. I think she says that she wants to drive a little bit of it. I'll see how I feel if I can let her drive my car. Oh, come on, let's see something. Ooh, there's a very small bird down here. Let's go and have a look at that. All right, there's a pair of them. So I don't know if they're sandpipers or little terns, but they are very small. There it is, right in the middle there. That would be about 3 inches from tip of the beak to tip of the tail. Minute bird. I'll try and walk and keep him in the middle. Just bear with me, people. Too shaky, I'll just zoom out a bit. Oh, thank you very much, Jeffrey. And why can't you come to Australia? You can do the cheap flights now. You can go land in Hawaii, spend a couple of days in Hawaii, and then keep coming over if you're from America. There they are, right in front of us. I'll turn around a bit and shoot them from the other side so I can get that glare out of the shot. Oh, that's right. There they are. Don't move too far, birds, please. There it is. Just eating on the shoreline. Get a cruise ship across. You can sail straight into Sydney and you can catch the train up here. Exactly, human. That wind's fairly intense at the moment, guys. So let's keep going. The tide's starting to turn now. So some thundered behind me. Don't know where that bit of storm is. But this is, I walked all across this sand flats yesterday on the lower tide. Still nobody around. When I arrived here, there were some people over cleaning their fish. They must have been out to sea today. That would have been a rather rough trip. I don't know if I would have liked that. This wind's been blowing all morning and it's been fairly cold all morning as well. All right, let's look back for a nice little shot. Amazing how dull it is without the sun out today. Thank you everybody for liking, and if you are liking this live stream today, please consider subscribing to the channel. I'm putting out at the moment one live stream every day. Yesterday was tomorrow, sorry, I'll be traveling, so I won't get a live on tomorrow, but Saturday I'll be on the Sunshine Coast up at Mooloolaba, Alexandra Headland, so stay tuned for that one. That'll be quite nice up there. I think the weather's pretty good. You can see the sand blowing here now. That's how hard the wind's blowing. Ooh, that is a lot of thunder. Don't know where it's coming from. Oh, thank you, human. Nicely said. It's very poetic. So straight in front of us here is about 15 pelicans. So just there. So we're going to make our way up towards the pelicans. So let's start moving that way, and then I'll cut around just past them, so as hopefully not to annoy them. That big thing right in the middle of the screen behind the log, that's a hay bale. So we just went for a drive to Taree, which is the major town just around the corner here, and all the hay bales have been washed away and they're all on the side of the road now rotting. Someone's bought them. Oh, there's a little crab. That crab would be, whoops, where is he? From leg to leg, maybe an inch. Looks like it may be deceased. Okay, let's keep going. Yesterday we had a bit of a larger crab, and it wasn't taking any shit for me. It had its claws up, waited for me to walk past, and then it hightailed it the other way. So yeah, that crab had a bit of attitude. Zoom out a little bit. Ghost crab, no. Ghost crabs are white. That one was black. So straight in front of us we have the pelicans and some seagulls, and that bird that just took off them was a plover, spur-wing plover, and they do not let you get anywhere near their babies. And they, as the name says, they've got spurs on their wings, and they come in and try and smash you with their spurs and rip you apart. So they're not very friendly. So there's the pelicans. They've all got their eye open at the moment. They're looking at me. So I'll just zoom in on them. So that's how the pelicans sleep. Looks like they dislocate their necks and put it back in the middle of their bodies and then put their wings over them. So there are our pelicans. Sorry about the shaky footage, guys. It's pretty windy here. All right, so you can see just up here, the tide was right up there. Oh, really? I'll call them a squadron because they look like a squadron of warplanes or bombers coming in when they're flying in formation. They're an impressive bird. A lot of footprints around here, but the tide is going out. No, that's not a bad little spot. Hello, David. How are you? Thank you for joining the live. Sorry about there's no sunshine today. Yesterday was picture perfect. Today is a little bit overcast, but just as stunning here. And on this whole bit of sand, I am the only person, and there is a lot of thunder. Don't know where it's coming from, as long as it stays away from us. Now this is where we will see some action up here. That's nice, actually a nice little shot, isn't it? You can see the tide going out. There's a lot of bird life up here, guys. Oh, that sand is soft. Sunk halfway up to my knees then. All right, so these holes in the sand, they're yabby holes, which is a little like a prawn, but very soft. And the stingrays lay above the holes, and then the stingray's mouth is on the bottom, and then they suck up and then suck the yabby out of the hole. And as they're sucking, they pump all the silt out through their gills on the top of their body, and all the flathead then go and sit around the back of the stingray, because the silt brings in the little fish who eat the silt, and then the look at my footprints just caving in. Look. All right, so these, there's some little fairy terns right in front of us. Sorry about that, I'll zoom back out. And then over there, those birds were the black ones. So my father called them nuns because he was taught at school by nuns, and they're white with black wings and black backs, and they're bright orange beaks and bright orange legs. And they actually pull crustaceans out of the sand and eat them. They have a very, where are they? They have a very strong beak. So I'll just zoom out a little bit, guys. There, that looks nice. Look at that. So I'll zoom out a bit, and what I want to try and do is find a stingray lay. All right, here we go. This is a flathead lay. So that, where is it? Zoom out a little bit. That is where a flathead was laying. That that big end there, that's the head of it, and it shapes down like an arrow and then comes back to an arrow tail. So that's a very small, that'll probably be a male. The males are the small stingrays, flatheads, sorry, and the females are the large ones. So these little birds, look at them just here. Hey Leah, how are you? Thank you for joining again. So everyone that's new, this is Harrington on the north coast of New South Wales, Australia, and just trying to keep those birds in the centre. We are 350 kilometres north of Sydney and 650 kilometres south of the Queensland-New South Wales border. Zoom around this way, I'll turn around. Here we have the nuns. I do not know what they're actually called. So they actually eat shellfish, those things. Must have very strong beaks. So these are the ones. I'm not even worrying about me. There must be, must be 10 or 12 of them. Just all there together. And they'll be just picking up anything edible out of the tide once it's going out. So let's keep going along and see if we can, I'll zoom out a bit so it's not too shaky, and see what we can find today in this sand. So all these, like I was saying, all these holes are yabby holes, and see if we can find where the stingrays were laying and the flathead. We might even, if we're lucky, find a stingray. So there's the birds. There they are. Yes, they are. Thank you, David Klein. Hello. That's exactly right, human. And where do they migrate to? Because there's none here at the moment. Can you look that up, please? So what we might do is get back up on the break wall. See if I can find something a bit more interesting for you guys today. We can walk all the way along the break wall. That goes for about 3 kilometres up the Manning. Oh, the sun's coming out, nice. That'll warm us up a bit too. The fish aren't playing today. All right, let's make our way to the rock wall, guys. We might go, since you're all fairly new here today, I might go back out to the mouth of the Manning. And I'll show you around up there. Ah, thank you. So that's maybe where they are now, because it's winter here and they won't be breeding here. But there were a couple yesterday, so they must be just hanging around. wish the sun had come back out, but there's a lot of clouds up there. I'm looking everywhere, people, for anything interesting to show you down here, but the tide must be too high. I saw a lot yesterday, but we'll get up onto the break wall and then we'll go for a walk up there. So I've been going for 55 minutes, so thank you for everybody joining us today. If you're liking what you're watching, please consider liking and subscribing. I'm going back to work Monday, so I will then be back to 3 to 4 live streams every week, and I do them mostly from home when I'm working, but then I can get around as well, travel up and down the coast. I'll try and get a few from the Gold Coast next week. Try and get a high tide around Burleigh Headland. That'll be beautiful up there. Oh, look at this bird. Beautiful. Where are you? Look at the reddy brown head on it. Thank you, Leah. That looks quite nice as well. Looking up the where all the water's running back out off the, yes, Jeffrey, sandpiper. It's running off the sand flats there. That's quite picturesque, isn't it? Great, here comes the sun. This will improve it 100 times, people. Yes, it is. It was a big storm cloud that came through before. I'm actually standing here in a dry zone, Leah. You can see all that. That's just what passed through us. And over here. So let's keep going around. Come on, there must be one stingray just laying in the flat here. I might have to go to SeaWorld and show you from SeaWorld what the stingrays look like. SeaWorld's on the Gold Coast. My friend used to be the head dolphin trainer there, and on the school holidays he'd go down to the prawn trawlers every day and get all the bycatch, so all the fish that they didn't sell, SeaWorld would buy it, and then we'd put it in the back of a ute and take it up to SeaWorld, and that's what they used to feed the fish, feed the dolphins, sorry. So then after he brought it all up there, him and I would go for a swim in with the dolphins and just play with the dolphins. That was fantastic. And when I was with him, I moved out of home and moved in with his brother, and he rang us up one morning and said, get your dive gear, there's a humpback whale caught in the shark nets directly in front of home. So Guy and Justin, they went out and saved the whale, and I just swam off to the side, and everything they cut, all the netting they cut off the whale, I swam it over to the shark boat. So they were some memories I'll never forget with those guys. That was good fun back in those days. Nothing. Boring, boring, boring. But the sun is coming out. Yes, Leah, it was a great experience. That's starting to look nice down there now, isn't it? Wow, look at that. And I'm the only person here. And straight underneath us, yabby holes. Okay, let's make our way up. Come on, before we go, come on. Might go up and see if I can find those kangaroo footprints again. Believe they were just up here. Otherwise we'll walk out to the end of the, or as far as I can walk on the break wall, and then we will come back around and I'll take you back down towards the gantry. And there's a lot of footprints up here high. This is where the kangaroos were yesterday. You can see some bird footprints. They're fairly new as well because the edges are sharp. And no, let's go back to the wall. I'll try and keep you interested, people. I thought the high tide walk would be good today, but the low tide seemed to be a lot more interesting yesterday. But have a look out there, how far the tide has gone out. So that's where the water was, right up there. And it's pretty flat, so it's probably only dropped maybe 8-10 inches. But that's how far that flat goes. Thank you, human. All right, let's go up on the wall. Can't believe all these people that were on my beach today. How rude. All right, just about up on the break wall. Lots of people, yes. Luckily they were here when I wasn't here. I could see them. I didn't want to come over and talk to them. All right. So we're now up the top. Look at that, beautiful. Let's go for a walk out this way. And I'll walk as far as I can before the sand blows away and it's just all rock, and it's not going to be easy for me to walk. It's actually all blue metal out here that hasn't been crushed right up, so it'll cut me to pieces if I stand on that stuff. That's a nice little view, isn't it? Sun behind us. Disa, how are you? Thank you for joining me. I was just trying to read. Was I being sarcastic about something, human? Sorry about my shadow in the shot. But yeah, this is not another person around. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so you can see out there the end of the break wall. So we're going to walk out a little bit that way, and then we'll turn back around and head back up the other way up the break wall. and the break wall the other way goes for about 3 kilometres. So this break wall goes for nearly 4 kilometres. Santa Fe. Lovely. Welcome Desar and Santa Fe people. So that ocean there is the Pacific Ocean. Runs all the way to the west coast of America. Of the Americas, I mean, not just America. And what we're walking on here is the Manning River. This is how much it's silted up. So that rock wall is joining up with that rock wall down there, and that's where the river used to run. And in the 1800s and the start of the 1900s up to about 1946 to 50, that's where the ships used to come in, and they used to be dragged in by a tug. And I was just reading on the Pilot Hill, up the top of the hill there, that over 50 ships were sunk, well, or come to grief on this bar, and that's why they built this break wall, to try and stabilise the mouth a bit. Desar, this is Harrington on the north coast of New South Wales, Australia. Yeah. So my brother actually said, if you're a mariner, people say, what do you do for a job? Oh, I like to go somewhere where you can be shipwrecked and try and drown. Because with 50 ships going in here, that's over 50 ships, that's a lot of sinkings. And all the wind, all the sand being moved by the wind. This is what it's formed. This sand runs that way for well over 1 kilometre. I just walked around the whole lot. So the sand runs right down there, and I reckon there's over 1 billion cubes of sand in here. So a lot of sand. That'd be lovely if you're interested, Leah. Human said he likes to go to sleep sometimes and can't be here for all my odd hours of live streams. So we're back down on the break wall. That's okay. If no one shows up, I'll just have to read a little bit more and not just go off on my little ramble and not look at the screen for a couple of minutes. All right, back on the hard standing. So let's walk down. On the right here, that's the inside of the Manning, and all those trees there is mangroves. So it looks like they've been planted actually, because they all seem to be spaced nicely out there. But that will, I don't know why they're trying to make more land here. I think they'd be trying to give some back to the ocean. Yeah, but they're all mangrove seedlings there. So mangroves live in the salt water, and they like it in the salt because there's no competition for water or food or nutrients in the soil. So that's why they go into the salt water, and they actually have, if you can look down there, all their breather roots are those look like sticks sticking up, but that's actually the roots of the mangrove, and they come up so they can get oxygen and not salt water. Quite an amazing plant. Somi, how are you? Thank you for joining. We're actually here at Harrington on the north coast of New South Wales, Australia, and we're just walking along the break wall on the Manning River. And this break wall was formed to make the passage into the Manning River safer for ships, with over 50 ships coming to grief on the bar of the Manning River. So you can see how much sand has blown and silted up the whole Manning River there. All this sand here. Thank you, Somi. It is beautiful here. So we're just going to walk along the rock wall for a bit. I was over there, but the tide was too high and it wasn't very interesting today. So I decided to come back over here. And all these rocks were mined off Crowdy Head, which is 8 kilometres to the north of us. And they took it all off the headland, so they dynamited and blew all the rock up and then brought it here. Not this grey stuff, this is all new stuff, but the orange stuff on the outside. And that was all put on, they laid train tracks between Crowdy Heads and Harrington, 8 kilometres, and trained all this rock up here to form this break wall, which runs for over 4 kilometres. So we'll continue up this way. Looks quite nice that way with the clouds. We just had a big storm come through. Luckily it just went to the side of us and didn't affect us. Oh, Auto USA, what time is it? It is 14:48, so basically 10 to 3 in the afternoon here. Or 14:48 if you understand 24-hour time. Thank you, sun, coming out, warming me up a bit. I'm walking along here with an umbrella and a dryzer bone, so hopefully I scared the rain away, because I thought I was going to get very wet here today. The sky was black and all you could hear was thunder. So I was just glad that my umbrella wasn't metal, plastic, and not metal. So hopefully I psyched the rain out. You know, if I didn't... Oh, Oman, wow. Thank you for joining me from Oman. You know, if I didn't take the umbrella or the raincoat, it would have poured and I would have been saturated, but because I brought it. Yes, a good storm is good when you're home. Not much fun when you're walking in it and trying to keep camera equipment dry and audio equipment dry, Leah. And I opened up the umbrella when I got out of the car and it just about turned inside out straight away. The wind's blowing that strong. So this log just here, I showed everybody yesterday, but I'll show you again. That log was part of what the ships used to tie off to once they came in the Manning. So from where we are here, you can look right out the very end, and that is the mouth, or the old mouth of the Manning River, and I'd say that'd be nearly 1.5 kilometres out to there from where I'm standing. So the ships had to come in that far, and thank you, it is beautiful. Yes, everyday experience. I did scare the rain away. And are you coming to Harrington tonight? If so, we'll be at the Bowl Club tonight at 6:30 if you want to meet us there. My brother and I, he'll be there with his cousins, so I'll come over with you. I went and had a look at when you said you wanted to go to Coopernook. We drove into Coopernook and not much there. We hit it at 50 k's and we're out the other side in 25 seconds. So very small. We also went to Taree today, which is the large regional town around here, and that's pretty small as well. $6:30. Make sure you have your ID. They don't let you in without ID. I got caught last week, of course, or the other night, of course. Which caravan park are you guys staying at? We're at the one on the beachfront. Okay, so we're back to civilization here. Still nobody around. I doubt it. Leave Fred in the caravan. Or there's an IGA on the way in, buy your dinner there. Okay, so if you were here for a little bit, they're the pelicans we just walked past when I was out there. So they're the pelicans. Sorry for the shaky footage, guys, but the wind is pretty strong here. So we'll keep going down the break wall for a little bit longer. Yes. And I'm just walking up here to the fish cleaning table, and it looks like there's a lot of scales on the ground, so someone must have had a good catch today. And the wind has blown all the scales onto the walkway. You think they would have tried to clean them a bit, but some people are rather rude. So a nice view here. Well, the sun's coming out a little bit, so it's making it a little bit nicer now. Some good scenery. Yes, look at all, oh, and the stench as well. That's all fish scales on the ground. Ugh. If you love the smell of rotting fish and scales, come here. All right, so we've got some more mangroves over here. So what we're going to do is make our way up what's called the gantry, and the gantry is an opening in the rock wall, and it lets the water flow through onto the township side of the Manning River. So that's the township side you're looking at now, and this is the Pacific Ocean side, and this is where the ships used to come in. There's a couple more tie-off points up here I'll show you as we go along. But that's quite a nice bit of footage, isn't it? Thank you, human. Very good. Yes, so they blew up a quarter of Crowdy Head to make that rock wall, to make this rock wall. But that looks quite picturesque, doesn't it? Yes, correct again, human. Has anybody watched my Harrington video that I've done? I've got 2 of them on my channel. They're quite good, if I do say so myself. A lot of drone footage, so it shows Harrington and Crowdy Head from the land, from the sky. So it's quite a good view if you're interested in watching that. They go for about 10 minutes each. So very nice. Yes, never-ending pathway. Be good if there was a pot of gold at the end for me. But if we look out this way, you can see you can nearly surf in the bay area here today. There's that much swell and that much wind. Let's continue. Even the township side has a lot of wind on it today. Not picture perfect like yesterday, but picture perfect. Everybody's around. Bit of weather, bit of wind, and I'm the only person. So just coming up, we're coming up on another tie-off point for a ship. So I read before that when they first started coming to Harrington, the whole shoreline was red cedar trees, which are very popular and very expensive. So that's why they moved here, to cut down all the red cedars. So hopefully the Taree Council will eventually start replanting all the red cedars, which would be good. The early timber getters used to call them red gold. They were that expensive, and they, hate to say it, but they raped the whole land of red cedars. So very sad that they did that. They actually made bridges out of red cedar because the trunks were so solid. So you cut down a tree just to make a bridge out of it, like a fantastic tree like that. But oh well, supposedly they didn't know any better back in those days. I like my umbrella, it's a bit of a walking stick. Seagull come to say hello. Another one. So just over the edge coming up is a tie-off point, and that's really falling away now. You can see it just there. Yes, furniture was made out of it, Leah. It is actually beautiful wood. A guy I know, he used to get the old bridges that were made out of red cedar, and he used to mill them And I used to make cigar box guitars, so you people from America would know what they are. Cigar box guitars are the birth of the blues, and I've made over 350 cigar box guitars, and I sold them at the markets. And I used to use exotic timbers, red cedar, ebony, zebra wood, Brazilian bloodwood, and some of those timbers are actually, you can only use what's on the ground now, so none of those trees can be cut anymore. Drum kits too. Oh, I'm not sure about the drum kits. But yes, I know I used to get all my cigar boxes from the States, and I used to get the timber from my mate at Burley Heads. Oh, another person on the wall. And I've just walked past that tie-off point. There it is there. So that's what they used to tie off to. It does smell good. The best timber to work with is camphor laurel. It's considered a weed here in Australia now, but the camphor just smells like camphor that you get like in mothballs and that. Just fantastic, and so soft and easy to work with. I never made any guitar necks out of camphor because I thought it might be a bit too soft and not hold its straightness. Okay, so this is called the gantry, and this is what allows the water from the township side to flow onto the Pacific Ocean side, and you can see how much water is actually flowing through there now. Look at that, it's pouring out. And we'll look out the other side. And that's it, exiting back out to the Pacific Ocean. And let me just put my umbrella down. And that's the Pacific Ocean straight out there. So that's the land. That's called Manning Point over that side. And then there's that break, and that comes all the way over to Harrington. So from point to point, it's probably about 500 meters. So, but there's that much water in the Manning that it'll never actually close right up. But I'll zoom right out, you can actually see how wide it is. Yeah, that's Manning Point. And right down there, the houses is underneath the Norfolk Pines. It's Manning Point. That's Manning Point Township there, with about 25 houses. So very quiet there. And the gantry. California. How are you, mate? Good to see you back again. Ah, very good. Dendrology. Never even knew it was called that. So we're all learning human, thanks to your bottomless pit of knowledge. But you can see straight out in front, you can see the blue water, then the brown colour water. That's the sandbank. So you can see how far that sandbank is running down. So hopefully it doesn't all get. It is, isn't it, California? Hopefully it doesn't close off this part, otherwise it'll go stagnant and stink down this end. So I think that's far enough, guys. I'll zoom in up this way, and this is called the Pilot Hill, so that's where a pilot station was placed, so it can watch, or it used to be up there and watch the ships come in. Again, we'll turn around. This is, oops, sorry, a bit fast. That's the township of Harrington. There's the water tank on the hill, and all the internet up on the top of the water tank. And where I'm going for dinner tonight, the bowls club is just there. Sorry for the shaky footage, that wind is really buffeting me. Like a lighthouse, yes, Leah. The lighthouse was actually built at Crowdy Head, above where they got all this rock from. So the lighthouse was there to let the mariners know that they're coming in close to shoals, reefs, and they had another 8 kilometres to go south before they got to the head of the Manning, or the mouth of the Manning River. So we'll just walk back along here. It's a nice view. Guy on the pushy coming, so I'll let him go past. Hey Toucan, I didn't see you, but hello. So here's the pushy. He's come along for a ride. Hello. Villia, you just drove straight past me. If you're just watching, I'm on the break wall. I forgot your handle name, but yes, you just drove straight past if you're still watching. So it's, yeah, so quiet, so beautiful around here. Like, look out here again. Just picture perfect. Well, thank you, Leah. Go to bed. Don't be tired for work in the morning, and hopefully I'll see you in 2 days, because I'll be travelling all day tomorrow to get to the Sunshine Coast. About 9 or 10 hours of driving, all going well. Oh, how long's that? Hour and a half. That's a nice long one, guys. And I did another 40 minutes before that, before I lost connectivity. So another good day. I'm easily eating up this 100 gig of internet I get every month now. But fully worth it, because I like doing this. Nice cloud formation right behind Pilot Hill. So a lot of storm clouds, and looking out to the east, a lot of storm out there, and luckily the whole thing's going past us. "1:06 at night. Thank you for being there at that time, Toucan. Where are you from? Or have you already said? I didn't notice. But thank you for being here at 1 o'clock in the morning. Are you working, or just trying to get to sleep? Insomniac? All right, guys, I'm going to continue up here until I get back to my car, then I'll sign off. So thank you everybody for watching today and joining in. You've got about 7-8 minutes before I get there, so don't rush off yet. But thank you for joining. If you enjoyed what you watched, please consider liking and subscribing. My next live will be Saturday from the Sunshine Coast in Queensland. So from the border of Queensland, New South Wales, it goes Gold Coast, Brisbane, then Sunshine Coast. So I'll be doing a live from up there from Mooloolaba, Alexandra headland area. So that'll be quite nice. I'll have to do a bit of research up there because I only ever went up there for sport when I was going to the Sunshine Coast. Joseph, how are you? You're joining us right at the end, mate. Sorry about that. We've just been going all around out there again. So we did that walk around there, Joseph. Oh, toucan is the national bird of Belize. Sorry for my ignorance, but where is Belize? Or Belize? Ooh, we're getting some people watching now. That's good. I might stay on a bit longer if more people tune in. So, please tune in, guys. Country in Central America. Oh, okay. He is the next Albert Einstein. I hope you got a bit more hair than him. And it's not wild and blonde or grey. So still cruising up. So it's looking across to the township, up on that hill there, right in the middle, that's Pilot Hill. Yes, no one's had that IQ. You wouldn't want that because they say with that much IQ comes insanity as well. So I'd rather just know enough to make myself look intelligent, but really just flubbing it as I go along. And then hopefully I say something and no one picks me up and say, no, that's totally wrong what you just said. They believe what I say. That's even better. So I can hear the nuns over there calling at the moment. They're the black and white birds. And with the red, the orangey red beaks and legs. My father used to call them nuns because he was taught by nuns at school. Oh, that's the reason we're here. My father was born in 1925. It's now 2025. And he lived here in Harrington. So my brother and I are here. My sister didn't come because she's got COVID. So there was no way she was sitting in the car with us for 6 to 7 hours getting down here. I wasn't getting sick. Very selfish of me, of course. How's it going, guys?
Hi.
How are you?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Put on reading glasses, yes. Carry a clipboard or a book of what you're reading at that moment. I like to have a surfing magazine under my arm. Hello.
Hello.
So there's the pelicans again. They're sitting there. That looks quite nice with the different colour sands. And then the blacky blue sky. Very nice. Ah. Very good, human. My eyes are starting to go. I know when you go to a restaurant and they have the mood lighting there, and I've got to pull my phone out and either put it on magnifier on the phone or turn the torch on because there's no way I can see what's written on those menus. I think they do it just to laugh at people that don't have glasses and can't see. They think it's a... Yes, they are calm and collected. They're also sheltering out of the breeze. Just under the water there's another tie-off point that's fallen into the water. So there's those pelicans again. If too much wind blows, they'll actually be covered in a little while. I think they know what they're doing though. Hey Jazz, Ahmed, how are you, sir? Good to see you. So people have just showed up with their dog. Let them have a run on the headland. Oh, on the boardwalk. So we've still got a few people. I might go for another walk if anybody's interested. Otherwise, start signing out and then I'll sign off, guys, if no one's interested in me going for a little bit more of a walk. But it's been a very overcast, windy day today, and I can't apologise, but sorry about the weather. I did come armed with a dry as a bone, which is an Australian iconic raincoat made out of canvas that they used on the movie The Man from Snowy River, and all outback bushman wear. Good morning from India, or good morning, Ajaz. Thank you for joining this live stream. Goa, wow, very interesting. So we've got a nice little bit of colour out there. That looks nice, doesn't it? Don't forget, guys, if you're liking what you're watching, please consider liking and subscribing. Helps the channel keep the conversation going. That also helps YouTube know and the algorithm know, and it sends it out to more people. So the more the merrier. I'm liking seeing everybody from all over the world. Oh, thank you, Ajaz. I hope that's how you say your name. I'm not trying to be rude. Oh, wow. Very good. Human. Can you tell us a little bit about Goa? Either Ajaz or Human. While I keep up the nice footage. Let's look back this way. Another one of the nice views. Pelicans coming into view. Isn't the internet and this sort of thing just unbelievable how it can bring people together? Ah, yes, toucan. Except in New South Wales, you have to have a licence to fish, which is painful. So another way of the government just taking more money off us for nothing, for the joy of having a fish. So that's my wow, very nice. I'll have to get over to India one time, except it's too hot. I don't like the heat, I like the cold. I like being cold and being able to warm up. Living on the Tweed, right on the border of Queensland and New South Wales, where the temperature gets up in the high 30s and 90+% humidity. It's not very much fun. Yes, so the fishing here, toucan, you'll get flathead, whiting, brim. They also get a fish called a black brim or a ludric. You get them in here as well. And you also get mullet, but mullet don't usually bite. So yes, exactly, toucan. The mullet don't bite, but we used to catch them. We used to use bread, and we used to soak the bread and then mix a bit of cotton wool in there, and that held the bread together so it didn't fall straight off the hook. And that's how we used to catch them when we were young fellas, where I used to live. And you can see this looks like a bit more storm coming through again. I'll zoom right out. Well guys, I'll sign off from here because the numbers are starting to drop. Yes, that would be good, human. But this is where I'll sign off, guys. So thank you for watching. I'll just go around it. Where is it? It's Harrington. It's on the north coast of New South Wales, Australia. The closest big city would be Taree. Just to the north of us you have Port Macquarie, and just to the south of us you have Foster Tuncurry. So it's right in the middle, beautiful little coastal town. And people are rejoining again, so I'm happy to keep standing here if people want to keep watching. Yeah, it's just beautiful here today. Big storm clouds went through before, and you wouldn't think so with the blue sky there, but if I turn around to this side, you'll see just what went through all that. And there was a lot of thunder in it too. Luckily nothing hit around here. It was all off in the distance, all rumbling away. But guys, this is where I'm going to leave you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you not tomorrow but Saturday. Tomorrow I'll be driving for 9 to 10 hours to get to the Sunshine Coast from here. And yes, thank you, human. And I will see everybody on Saturday. So thank you and goodbye.